You're going to hate our podcast. I can assure you of that. Oh, it's been a crazy day so far, man.
Why?
I just had herd health in the morning at the farm.
Okay, still all right in there like a dirty shirt.
Yeah, vet comes in and sticks her hand up the cow's hindquarters and does a good check of a whole bunch of cows, mostly to see if they're pregnant.
You breed them yourself, or you get someone in for the
No, you know me, not much of a breeder. But got the
pun intended.
Yeah, pun intended. Got the guys the foreign workers who work on my farm, but also there's a company that comes, JC Herd Care.
Have you switched?
Good outfit, good people.
Okay, have you switched who you use for your semen supply for the cows over the years? Because there's a whole bunch of those guys, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Big money in that, or what? Why is that? Why there's so many?
Yeah, it's good margin. Like, I think the cost is obviously very low on a dose of semen.
Yeah.
And like on Holstein semen, and I'm going to say the wrong thing here because I don't even buy Holstein semen, but I think it's expensive. Like, it's probably $30 to $60 a straw, let's say. And I'll buy beef semen because I only breed to Angus bulls on our farm because we don't keep any of our young stock on our dairy farm, which is a whole nother discussion about why I do that.
Okay, so you can only get bulls.
I only get
you never get
black beef calves coming out of my dairy cows.
Okay,
which is
so it's already an embryo,
business.
Or it's actually
no, it's just a beef bull. It's a cross on dairy, so it's 50% Angus and 50%.
Okay, so but they're always black.
Yeah, they are.
How's that possible? If the mom is,
I should know that, but I don't. Huh. Somebody way smarter than me is.
It's like the blue eye thing.
Yeah, well, so basically what happens is you have this like black calf come out, solid black calf, and instead of being worth $700-800, they're worth $1,700 because they're black. And so, most dairy farms,
because it's a different type of beef,
or because any beef cows feed way better than a Holstein.
Oh, okay.
So like back in the 90s and 2000s, people from here, they're like, nobody was breeding beef semen back then, or very few people. I think definitely not anybody I was working for. So they would have all these Holstein heifer calves come out, which they would keep, and then the bull calves they would sell to Alberta like we do now. But they were never worth that much, and they don't utilize feed near as well as a beef calf. So beefs grow way better. So the beef, that's why they pay way more for them, and that's where the demand is. But basically, dairy farms, even in BC now, in Canada probably in general, a huge chunk of their net income right now is coming from beef revenue, which is
okay. So a lot of our other farmers are doing this as well. They're not.
Oh yeah. Well, most guys would do a percentage.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of guys would, and actually in the U.S., and I think here too, a lot of dairies would breed sex semen Holstein.
Okay.
So sexed, right? Female. So if it comes out, it's either a female Holstein or it's a bull calf, or it's a black calf.
So that's before the egg and the semen are together. You can already pick the sex.
If it's yeah, you can.
Oh wow!
It's not 100%, but it's pretty close. Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
Because there's with humans, there's this big like ethical debate about people that take embryos that are already together, that they get rid of like the females and males, whatever. But if you do it beforehand and with just the semen, then it's not a human yet. So then it would be okay.
Well, this is the beauty of getting in the weeds, right? I mean, these are issues where some people would say you'd never even play
fertilize.
In that
that's
space.
what I was looking for.
You'd never even play in that space because that would be playing God, right? And other people would be like, "Hey, that's just science. We've been blessed to be able to make these,
Yeah.
Especially people that do, lots of people do embryo adoptions. They people that do in vitro think it's totally fine, and other people would think it's literally wrong. Like it's really wrong actually. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But on the dairy side, for me, it's just we don't even have the capacity to raise our young stock, and I don't think I'll ever raise an animal as good as the guys that I'm buying them from. So why would I try? And
selling them to you mean
that I'm buying them from? Sorry, because I'm buying in. I need milk cows too, right? So I'm buying. Obviously I resell. That's a big part of my business.
That way.
But I just look when I go to a farm that milks 700 cows in an extremely competitive environment like Washington State, and I go to that 700 cow farm and I get to pick out any 20 cows I want. How do you think those 20 cows compare to a 120 cow farm in Canada that raises every single animal they breed?
So do most farmers go down to the States and do that, or
no,
they do themselves?
No, most people here raise their young. So I would say 80% of farms, because they think it's cheaper.
Oh,
they think it's cheaper. That is the debate. And the thing is, when you do math and you go in with a bias, you would go in with the idea of, hey, I already own this land, so I have the cheap feed, or I already have this old barn because I bought the neighbor's farm, so now quote unquote, I'm doing the quotations, the building doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
And, or even like, I always use the argument, and it's very interesting with farmers, because farmers tend to want to buy something and pay for it later. That's like in the mechanic shop, you don't pick up your car without paying, but a farmer will, buy a load of hay and pay for it 60 days later. Some people pay 2 years later, depending on the farm.
Yeah.
They always pay way later. But the minute you flip it to their young stock, they're totally fine prepaying 2 years in advance and not even knowing if they're going to get a decent animal at the end, because that's just what farmers do.
What do you mean? How do they pay in advance?
Well, because they're raising it from the minute it's a calf. So back to the argument, if I would sell a cow,
but they're in control.
But they're in control. They're in control. Yeah.
Control,
tell
baby.
Them can tell them when they have their. So what happens is a cow calves for the first time, like a heifer calves. It's their first lactation, and then she only has 3 teats or 2 teats that milk on, right? Because they'll get sucked on from another calf when they're in a young animal, or they just won't turn out at all. Like they won't milk anything, and they'll end up going for beef. So there's a lot of carnage that happens. Like livestock dead stock is a saying for a reason.
Even if you have like really good,
you have the best genetics. Anybody would, if they were in this discussion, a farmer would admit that there's a percentage. I would say 10% for sure do not make it from being born on a farm to being a decent milking cow.
Okay.
Maybe it's probably higher and lower depending on the farm.
Interesting.
Anyways,
that's fun stuff to learn about. You leaving on Friday for a week?
Yeah, I'm going on for 5 days.
So we'll
5
see
nights,
if we last today.
It up a bit.
We'll see if we last today back-to-back recordings or not.
Yeah, or we'll record another time, or you can record with someone else. We'll see.
I was thinking about who would record with, but no one came to mind.
Okay.
But you're going to Mexico with you and Marie?
Yeah, 2 different places this time, to Cabo. Cabo.
Oh, okay. The blue side.
As opposed to the what side?
Pacific side.
No, it's the Pacific side.
Oh, it is? Cabo?
Yeah.
Cabo San Luca.
Am I saying the wrong place? It's Los Cabos. It's right, like it's on the peninsula, right?
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
It's not that far from here. I think it's like 3.5, 4 hour flight. It's closer than Puerto Vallarta. We normally go to Puerto Vallarta when we've gone, but
looking forward to it.
We wanted to try somewhere different, and so we're trying somewhere different. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, as much as I look forward to any holiday.
Which is, I mean, you still got to work out there.
Pace the beach, talking on the phone, right? Getting the most work done, because there's nothing else to do other than like you just think, right? It's like think of all the things that you should have done.
You take your lockbox with in the suitcase?
I will. Yeah, I said I told someone else I met friend Mike yesterday, and I promised him I would take my lockbox and use it periodically. So I will.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of room for grace there in the word periodically, but
gray bars for a reason, right?
I heard he's quitting. I'm assuming you're talking about Mike.
Yes, yeah, he is. Yeah,
Arbor Mike.
Yeah.
14 years.
Guy. Yeah, he had a amazing run there. And started the We Need a Law campaign, I think, and just
I've seen on his post he doesn't know what's up next yet.
No, but he'll land somewhere and he'll do well. That's for sure. He's got a great skill set.
Smart guy.
Yeah, very smart guy. Very good communicator.
Yeah.
And like more than almost anybody I know, able to speak truth and love. Like be very pointed and not, which I just feel like as Christians we really lack that. We tend to veer into one of the ditches, right? Some of us are just really good at, I'm nailing it, I'm telling the truth, and then the next,
disposition of your heart.
Yeah.
Lots of crazy things happen in the news this week. Hey guys, if you enjoy that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.